This one might be a tad shorter than usual, because I'm not sure I'll be able to handle the hate if I tell you all the things I don't like about Belle. Like Ariel before her, I think she is vastly overrated. And also like Ariel before her, it's one key error in the writing that dooms her to failure. No denying she's a funny girl, that Belle. I will always be fair in my criticisms. Even for my least favourite characters, I will strive to find something good to say. Even in my review of Aurora, I at least tried to find something good to say. With Belle, it's not that difficult, because there is actually a lot to like. For example, I consider her the first feminist princess. A lot of people might say that was Ariel, but I disagree. Yes, Ariel's feisty and determined, but she's not standing up to the system. She's just a normal 16-year-old rebelling against her father. Belle actually does have something to fight against. A douchebag who undermines women.
It's not right for a woman to read. Soon she starts getting ideas and thinking.
And literally sees her as a prize to be won. Okay, he's maybe kind of an obvious misogynist, and I'd argue it's actually quite easy to turn down the advances of someone so blatantly gross and misguided. But at the same time, let's not fool ourselves. People like Gaston do exist, even to this day, and somehow some kind, intelligent women sadly end up married to them. So yes, I have a great deal of respect for this character, showing young girls that it's okay to say no. Have we seen that from a Disney princess so far? No. 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 Definitely not. But the fight doesn't begin and end with defending her own honour. She fights every day of her capture, firstly to keep the beast away from her, and later to draw him closer. She also literally fights a pack of vicious wolves to save her own life. There are a lot of small things I like about Belle. I like that she's a rounded character. I like her design, especially in this green outfit. But as I said, there is one major flaw, and that is her motivation. It's, at best, unclear, but I'll get to that a little later. Contrary to popular belief, I am not a stone-hearted bitch, and I actually really like the romance in Beauty and the Beast. But, of course, it's not perfect. As much as I like watching their courtship develop through honesty and compromise, in a Disney relationship. I know, right? They actually never talk about themselves, or if they do, it's either silent or off-screen. It might have been interesting to hear more about why Belle was unhappy living where she did, or for Beast to admit why there's a curse on the castle, what his life was like before it happened, what he misses, what he regrets. You know, development. There's also the problem I had with The Little Mermaid, which is the ticking clock element, which leads to the ancillary characters forcing the romance. Literally, from the first moment she steps foot in the castle, she is marked as the one to fall in love with the Beast and break the spell. And lo and behold, she does. That's a bit convenient, isn't it? Also, and this is going to sound a bit weird, but she's really pretty. The Beast got changed because he failed to see the beauty within. Now to break it, he has to make it with a hot chick. I know she's also beautiful on the inside and that's what's really important, but wouldn't the message have been stronger if she wasn't aesthetically pleasing? But like I said, overall I really like this romance, and I'm certain it was a big influence on future Disney couples. This is my biggest problem with both the character and the movie as a whole. Belle's motivation. Towards the start, she yearns for something more. I want so much more. And to get away from her town. There must be more than this provincial life. And to meet some kind of kindred spirit. And for once it might be grand to have someone understand. That's kind of a lot to be resolved in under 2 hours. And by the end, really, she's only got one of them. But as for seeking adventure away from the village, town, wait, what was it? Little town, it's a quiet village. Well, which one is it? It can't be both. Anyway, as far as I'm aware, she doesn't go all that far away from the Hamlet thing. In fact, throughout the entirety of the film, she goes from the town to the castle, back to the town, and back to the castle. What happened to...
I want adventure in the great wide somewhere.
For someone who yearns for adventure, she doesn't do much about it. She's like one of those people who talks about how much they want to go travelling, but then never actually does it. No, worse, one of those people who go on about how much they want to go to New Zealand because they've seen Lord of the Rings. She seems to have cultivated a picture of the world unseen from storybooks. Hey, maybe if she'd taken her nose out of those books and actually paid attention to what was going on around her, she wouldn't hate everything so much? Or if she spoke to the townsfolk, she might find they're not so bad, rather than calling them, oh, what was it?
Little people.
Well, no wonder they think you're weird. I think I like Belle. She's really awesome, but she really irritates me. She's lively and funny, but she's boring and frigid. And her motivation throughout the story is so confused and lacking in ambition that even Aurora outshines her. And believe me, I do not say that lightly. Okay, her ambition was a bit pathetic, but at least it was clear and gave her a direction to go in. Maybe it's the hype surrounding Belle that I'm put off by, because there really is a lot to like. Her patience, her humour, her compassion, her attitude, and she's certainly the most interesting and entertaining Disney princess we've looked at so far. I just don't think she's all that. Sorry. If you were affronted by anything I said about Belle, then stick around for the next episode, because Jasmine is one of my all-time favourite Disney princesses. Although that doesn't mean I won't find something to complain about.